Hope everyone's keeping safe. Welcome back to another video. Piers from Propearthy. So I invest in service accommodation business. I'm a specialist, so I consult in service accommodation business and also source, but also have an online program which pretty much shows you step by step on how to start your service accommodation business. So if you're a beginner or even if you're running a service accommodation business, there's tons of knowledge in the program which will be able to help you either start your business or scale up your business. I'm guessing, if you're following about service accommodation business, if you're new to it, or if you're a service accommodation owner, I'm sure, throughout the last few weeks, we all have been in a panicking mode, not knowing where the industry is going to head. Obviously, I get asked so much questions around social media and, to around what my thoughts are in service accommodation business and, the journey and the potential impacts that's going to happen in the next few weeks. So today's video, I thought, while we're talking and I share this with people over, social media personally and, discovery call, I thought it would be very, very good so that I'd be able to share my knowledge based on what's happening around the market, but also give you some advice that if you haven't done it as a service accommodation owner, or if you were a service accommodation owner, what would you be looking at, and what are the direction that you want to take your business on. So guys, today's video is about how to survive Covid-19 impact on service accommodation business. If you've been following me for a while, I've done several videos around creating business plan for service accommodation business, and in that I generally cover four main things, which is your people in the business, your branding and marketing of your service accommodation, your operational and legal, and your sales and performance. And today, to support you through the COVID-19 impact and how to survive it, I choose two topics that I thought it would quite nicely sit down together and are key factors to kind of protect your business in general. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the operational side, and then the second one that I'll be talking about later will be the branding and marketing. So today's video, I'll cover a few points on the operational side and what you should do or should have done by now to support your current business of service accommodation, and also how can currently with OTAs potentially, I don't know if you guys are aware, but few of the apartments' calendars are being blocked off by Airbnb due to the new laws and stuff like that, and then Booking.com hasn't got much of an attraction. So where should you head to create that branding and marketing for your service accommodation? Because at the moment we are still able to support key workers, NHS staff, family isolations, and they still need our accommodation. So where are we sitting, and how are we reaching out to those clients? So keep watching this video and I will share you step by step on things you should have done by now or things you should implement so that you can survive through this COVID-19 impact. We all know that currently our operational rental service accommodation, the biggest challenge we're going to face, and especially if you're a service accommodation owner who's only got 1 unit or 2 unit, is actually being able to pay the rent, because they're effectively at the moment we have no business coming in and you still have your expenses that's going to go out. So as through different channels you probably have seen it, but the first thing we're going to talk about is the rent, and how you can to survive in this market, how you're going to go around working with your either landlord or letting agents to be able to either they support you with some of the rent holiday period or some discounts. So the first thing I would suggest is, I don't know if you have already implemented, but the biggest thing I would suggest right now is to email proof your letting agent or landlord with the current problem, right? And it's only fair to say that there's so many other sources from Airbnb and stuff that we can provide to them as a kind of the facts, so that they be able to understand why you've been impacted. In addition to those, I think there's two things you can work around. Now, the first one I would say is to ask for rent holiday, which by now you should have spoken to your landlord or your letting agent. Now, one thing I have seen in this process for myself is I've been very active in communication, either directly with letting agents or landlords, or even sometimes letting agents have allowed me to go to landlord directly and put my concerns through. So that's probably one of the biggest requests that you want to put into your landlord as soon as possible. So if you haven't done it, please make sure you ask them for rent holiday period, and it can go up to 3 months, and that would give you a massive breathing space to shape up and survive your current situation of SA. And the second thing is, I have done in one of them is actually do rent contribution. So one of my rent is, I think, £1,200, and what I wanted to do was, although landlord has been actively working with I think his lender to get rent holiday period, I wanted to make sure that I am, giving back to my landlord as well, because at the end of the day, we're all here to support each other. This landlord is a portfolio landlord, he's got loads of properties, and any little payments and help will support him. So what I've done is, where I can possibly, I'm doing a rent contribution, which means that obviously I'm working with the landlord or the letting agent, so they're positive towards me, and in the near future when I want to do more business, they will always look at me and how I've actively used my knowledge and my sources at the time like this, so to help the landlord and the letting agents as well. Great news is, if you've managed to achieve this in any shape or form, guys, you're in a lot more better position, but also you have probably seen it, there are some grants available to small businesses. Now, depending on how long you've been trading and all this and factors, you should be able to speak to your local council and also apply for some grants. Moving on to my favorite part, which is the branding and marketing, and I have been actively promoting so much over social media to support service accommodation owners. And again, today I'm going to give you some of the things that I personally think that what you, as an SA owner, or if you're looking to start service accommodation owner, even in near future, this is something that you've got to really understand and admire in the business, because this is where people find you, and if they can't find you, they will never ever book you. So that's how I look at it. So the first thing, what a lot of time I've seen over social media is that a lot of SA owners are missing a trick on direct booking market placement. And I must say, it's a great time and opportunity at the moment for service accommodation owners to really start looking in detail of where are they currently with their direct company branding, and if they had no ATA tomorrow, would they, would they still do business, or would clients still find them through just Google in general or website and stuff like that? So that's a great opportunity at the moment for surviving the COVID-19 impact on our small businesses as well, is to look at the direct booking placement. And if you've got 90% of that right, then you will be found online a lot quicker than your competition, which means obviously clients are going to call you and also book you directly. The second one I would say is using social media platforms, i.e. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I've seen so much over social media that people are referring each other. There's a lot of requests in certain areas, and there's a group called Serviced Accommodation UK, and people are referring each other. So guys, absolutely right, at the moment we should use social media platforms to drive company traffic. So not only that you're promoting your apartments for the time being, please make sure you're driving company branding. You've got Facebook pages set up so that if anyone's looking for accommodation, you should always literally put your company name in there, let them like your pages, and it is the time at the moment that it will help you grow your social media follower as well. So when business goes back to normal, you still have better presence of your social media and your company branding. While all this is happening, personally, you've probably seen it, but over social media, I've been very lucky that I've connected to thousands of SA owners over my journey. And what I've done is I created a platform called betterthanhotel.co.uk, and it was purely the fact that when we first was announced that, you know, I had cancellations come through, you know, there's no more contractors market and stuff like that. I believe that we were, you know, missing an opportunity through just coming together as a SA community. So it was one of my initiative that I had a chance to give back to service accommodation community. And what I did was I created the website www.betterthanhotel.co.uk, and what I've done is I've listed, I think we've just managed probably just managed to list over 100 properties and 100 service accommodation owners already in the website. And I think we've just had, looking at the current list, we're just above 300 properties still to be added on the website. So the Better Than Hotel, again, is another opportunity for people to register online. And if you're a service accommodation owner, reach out to myself, and what I'll do is I will get you registered with a free company listing and also, if you know, your property profile, so that people will be found online. What I'll do is I'll share you a screenshot of some of the example of what we've achieved for the clients as well. Right. While we're going through all the planning of operational and branding and marketing, obviously I've shared you that, you know, planning this is very, very important to survive in the current market, but also planning this is as important so that you will still get some bookings from those people who we will be able to accommodate, you know, NHS key workers, NHS staff, key workers, or families who need it for isolation, is obviously going through that process. But last but not the least, if you aren't registered in Google My Business, you are missing a massive trick on getting found on Google online. So the last but not the least is invest your time on your Google My Business. And that means, you know, you can create, it's a free listing that Google will allow you to create for your businesses. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's exactly what we do currently for anything that we search online is, you know, just go on Google. And if you're not registered as a business, then you will never be found, so that the clients who are looking to book directly, they will either find your competition or will never find you. So it's very, very important that you invest your time on Google My Business. And guys, this is what I think today. Again, we'll keep updating every week of trying to make one video around COVID-19 impact and support, you know, or whatever contribution I can give to the community. But there are my things at the moment that will help you survive, from financial perspective and operational relation people perspective. And then the second thing is the branding and marketing, which is obviously to promote your company, your branding, so that eventually in the next few months, when the market's back to normal, you will be in a lot better position, as well as in the current market. If this video was useful, please give this video a massive like. Obviously, I've done so many other videos that you can check down in my channel. And guys, listen, I keep enjoying doing this video, so I'd love you to give this video a subscribe, put your notification bell on, so whenever I put a video, it will come down to you straight away. I will really love your support, and yeah, I hope you find this video useful, and thank you so much for watching, and stay safe.